Okay, so for this video, we're going to advance what we did in the previous lesson, and we're going to use option buttons. So what I did for this video is I made two options to print out the full name. The first option is what we did in the last video, where it'll fill in the name first, and then last name. So that'll be fill name first, last. And we can see that's what happened in the last video. I made another option which will put your last name, comma, first name. So that'll be fill name last first. And you can see now it enters in last name, comma, first name. So what we want to do is create an option buttons to select whether we want to have our names displayed first name then last name, or last name first name. So first thing we need to do is insert option buttons. So insert here, and then we'll just change it to first last, first then last, and then we'll make a copy, we'll paste it below, and then we'll say last then first. So these are essentially going to be our two options. Now we want our output to be, let's say we want our output to be in cell G3. So we're going to right click on one, and we're going to format control, and then we're going to link it to cell G3. Click OK, and now you can see if we pick first then last, it'll populate as 1. If we select last then first, it'll populate as 2. So now we can use this and develop VBA code that will select our corresponding macro based off of the option we select. So click Alt F11. You can see this is the updated code, so I just modified the code that we did in the previous lessons a bit to make two separate programs, and now we'll create another one. So let's sub, and we'll just call this one fill name. So we're going to create a variable called my choice. So dim my choice as integer, and then we're going to say my choice, obviously I can't spell choice, is sheet 1 range, and we said it's going to be in cell G3. Value. So my choice is going to be set in sheet 1, range G3, and the value in range G3. So now we're going to create an if statement. So if my choice equals 1, then we'll call fill name first last. So this was my this option, fill name first last. So if this equals 1, first then last, I'm going to run this macro. And if, and then we'll do the same thing for if my choice is equal to 2. If my choice is equal to 2, then call fill name last first. And if, I'm going to make sure that the current sheet remains active. And we're going to end the subroutine. Okay, so now we should have a third option now, which is fill name. So let's run it and see if it works. So right now we have fill, it's going to be first and last, so it should select the option 1, which is to run first name last. So we'll run it and see what happens. Oh, sorry, I had this extra end sub down here. So we'll run it again. Debug. And this is incorrect because I wrote sheet 1, not sheet 1. So this is a good lesson in troubleshooting. Let's try it one more time. We'll run it one more time, and we see it works now, right? So first name last, enter first name last. So let's change it now to last name then first name. We'll run it again, and you can see it changes. Okay. So we'll close this out, and now let's say we want to assign a button to run it instead of having to go into our macros and clicking on fill name. Click on the button, create the button. We'll assign fill name macro. We'll say run and clear it out, and we'll see what happens. So we'll select option 1, run it. Option 1 occurs. We'll test it out again. What happens if we have option 2 selected? We'll run it. And this is how to use option buttons and basically choose between different programs you want to run in a real easy manner. And then you could just change this cell to white and hide the number so you don't see it. And that is all we have on this video.